crypto meltdown. Bitcoin and Ethereum were crashing earlier. And I really don't like the word crashing, but we have to use clickbait on this channel. And you guys know I dislike clickbait, but that's just the way YouTube's algorithm works. So we did have some negative price action. Generally, when we're talking about a crash is something that is like crazy significant, like a very, very volatile drop. And we're not really seeing that, but we are seeing some market volatility because of election season, because of the inflation numbers. And the debate was last night, which we will get into very, very, very shortly. First and foremost, this is going to be a shorter stream today because today I get to finally take Lo to the last part of her birthday gift. I booked this really, really cool place. And it takes 2 months to get reservations. I know I'm probably crazy for taking my kid here, but we saved a little bit of money on her birthday trip because she got to pick between going to Disneyland or to water park. She picked water park. Water park was a lot more affordable than going to Disneyland. Same thing with like the food and everything. So I took that money that I save up for every year for her birthday and we put it into this. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Shout out to Hector. But let's go ahead and let's get into the markets and whatnot and see kind of what's going on. And then we're going to cover all the news. There's a lot of news. There's Tether, there's Squid Grow. There's really just the stuff that happened with Poly Market, like a debate, the whole debate that happened last night. And some of you guys are not going to like my opinion. But again, I take pride in being very non-biased when I talk about things. Like obviously there's some things I get emotional on, especially when we're talking about underdogs or retail, or we're talking about, you know, our babes and innocence. Those types of things I get really passionate about. But at the same time, I have to do my best to stay as non-biased as possible. So we'll get into my thoughts as to who I think won the debate last night and why it doesn't really matter. Why it doesn't really matter. And the person that wants to know my financial status, that is not your darn business. Also to YouTube, make sure you guys smash a like, share this, all of that. Shout out to Alaska. I would love to go to Alaska one day. Shout out to Mr. Lavish, to Queen, to Mo, the gorgeous Alexandra. And let's go ahead and get into the markets and see what the hee-haw is going on. Because there's also some news that came out with Vitalik and Ethereum. And that's kind of important that we touch on. Yeah, it's our business when you're trying to help people in crypto. You're not even at 1 million. No, it's really not your business. You just sound like a very lazy person and you sound like you need to rely on other people to help you be successful. And it's absolutely embarrassing. Just because somebody has $1 million or they don't have $1 million doesn't take away from their education value. And you, sir or ma'am, are part of the reason why people stay on their knees for celebrities and super, super rich people. Just because somebody has wealth doesn't mean they earned it. I've had it. People are weird, man. Like if a crackhead came up to me at a gas station, you told me the same thing and you offered to help me too. Tell you what, I don't have any private groups. You guys are what's happening is you guys are talking to impersonators and you're not smart enough to be able to differentiate between the two, between me and an impersonator, because all you need to do is simply go to my website and you'd be able to see that. So that's probably what's happening. I don't offer anybody to help them trade or to make money. All I do is I talk about the news. We talk about different things in crypto. I give you information and I remind you to hear what I say, but listen to yourself. And basically that means that I'm going to tell you things. Other content creators are going to tell you things. You're going to read. You're going to get a bunch of other information. Go back home, talk with your wives, your girlfriends, your husbands, whomever, and come up with something that makes sense for you and your families. That's what we do here on the show. And regardless if I have $1 million or not, that's just weird, man. Like, it's just weird. But anyways, if some random person, like some crackhead came up to me at a gas station and said, how much money you have? What do you think would happen? We have never had a Telegram conversation. That's not me. That's not me. You guys are going to have to use your critical thinking a little bit more. This is only a problem with TikTok, which is absolutely hilarious. Why would I DM you at 2 a.m? That's funny. I'm sleeping at 2 a.m. in most cases, unless I've got a trade open, which is very rare these days. Anyways, Bitcoin and Ethereum waver as U.S. inflation slows to 2.5% in August. As inflation continues to show signs of slowing during the Fed's 2% goal, officials have focused increasingly on the labor market. So basically what this article is saying is the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum is a little bit down because of inflation. Now, when we talk about inflation, we can talk about a lot of different things because this has to do with CPI. So CPI showed that consumer prices rose 2.5% year over year, which was less than expected. And on a monthly basis, inflation rose 0.2% in August, matching July's increase to CPI. Consumer price fell 0.1% in June as CPI flipped negative for the first time since the panorama. Core CPI excluding food and energy. I'm going to repeat this again. Core CPI excluding food and energy rose by 0.3% in August, higher than expected. The fact that they're removing energy and food from these numbers mean that this value, that inflation slows to 2.5%, is absolutely ridiculous. And this report is not true. There's many flaws with it. The fact that they're removing food and energy, which is the thing that we consume the most of, is wild. Year over year, core CPI was steady. Reports say that the stronger than expected core inflation is likely to push the Fed rate cuts by 25% basis points rather than 50. And Bitcoin and Ethereum had a little bit of a pullback. So there's that story. Now there's look on chain. Wallet related to Vitalik, ETH sold 190 Ethereum for 441, probably 442,000 Ethereum or USDC. Again, 20 minutes ago, the wallet received 3,800 Ethereum, 9.8 million from Vitalik, and has sold 950 ETH, 2.28 million at an average price of 2,396 since August 30th. So let's go ahead and talk about this, what this means. So first and foremost, let's get back to the inflation and the CPI and all that stuff. The fact that core CPI is removing food and energy makes me think that this report is absolutely BS. It's absolutely ridiculous. Those are probably two of the most important aspects of this report. Factors, variables, including cost of living. When we talk about maybe rent, mortgages, those types of things. Okay, the cost of energy can fluctuate because of the public servants, but when we're talking about food and clothing, that's not going to fluctuate at all. And it should be very concerning to you to hear these reports come out and not know these people are lying to you. And again, it's not one side or the other side. It's all the people that are putting out these reports and compiling the data, and the people that are also telling them what factors to add in. That's scary, because if you actually leave the ivory towers and you go and you talk to people like regular Americans, middle class, lower middle class, even higher middle class, and poor people, they're going to tell you they're struggling right now. So these numbers are absolutely BS. And the fact that crypto even reacts to it is also BS. Why should it? But it does. And then let's get back to the issue of Vitalik. Like, a lot of people are saying Vitalik dumped Ethereum. He's not dumping Ethereum. This is kind of more of a joke to me when I hear about it. And yes, is he selling Ethereum? Yes. Can he sell Ethereum? Yeah, he can do whatever the heck he wants to do. It's not your business, really. He has said in the past that he stopped selling Ethereum, or the only time he's taken profit, like for himself on Ethereum, was like right after, like way back when. I forgot the exact date for that. But he said that he does sell Ethereum. There is not a little recession coming. We're in a recession right now. And it'll be a big recession later on. But he says he sells it for charity or to invest in projects he thinks are worthy, which again, he can do whatever he wants. It's a true decentralized economy. But at the same time, if you look at his values, Now, taking a look at the crypto markets, the weekly looks fine to me. Taking a look at the daily is kind of half and half. ICP is up 9.4%. There's some positive articles about ICP and price action. So shout out to ICP in that community. Now, taking a look at Bitcoin, we were talking about the volatile drop that happened was the move down to about 55,000 yesterday, and a possible move down to about 53,000, because we're having issues sustaining above $57,400. The $57,000, we're having issues. Right now we're in the green, which is wonderful. But if we take a look at the 4 hour, let's see. And the 4 hours looking good too. It looks like we might get another push up. So today I would need to see a close above the $57,000 area, because we technically are in an uptrend. But at the same time, we had that volatility yesterday, and that was earlier today, and that was probably due to the inflation report, and it was also probably due to what happened yesterday with the debate. Now, taking a look at Ethereum is not doing as well as Bitcoin. And that could be because of the story with Vitalik. And that just because a founder is selling or somebody that's affiliated with the project is selling, something like Ethereum has a massive market cap, huge market cap. So it shouldn't impact price that much. Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap. The 24-hour volume is approximately, I want to say this is $16 billion. Market cap is $283 billion. So him selling that small amount, a couple $1 million, is not going to change price too terribly much at all. But people like to have fun with their positions and be absolutely ridiculous. Let's actually take a look at liquidations and see what we can see here. Let's see. Here's our liquidation map. Let's take a look at that. Actually, it's not this one. Let's take a look at the heat map because I like that one. Ooh, all right, here. We haven't gone over this one. I actually need to do, I need to take a look at that and refresh on that. I haven't used it in a while. But taking a look at the hour liquidation map, we have almost $1 million worth of liquidations with Ethereum and Nero, which is absolutely hilarious. So again, people are being irresponsible and whatnot. So we're going to see some market volatility in the market. However, I do find it very interesting that Bitcoin is doing well. Again, I would need to see a close above the $57,000 area because this candle doesn't look super great that far. The only positive thing about the candle is that the bull stepped in and pushed price up, but it doesn't look super great. It really doesn't. And again, when we do look at the weekly over here, the weekly is still bearish. We're still in a downtrend. We saw this over here, the higher lows at about 71, 69, 67, 63, 58. So we're still technically in a downtrend. And unless we actually close above $58,000, I would still be a little bit cautious. However, we do have some more positive news coming out of the market, but I don't know if I want to cover that or the election stuff. Let's do the election first. So we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about Harris and what's going on with the poly market and whatnot. And the reason why is I got to be non-biased with you. So if you're going to get mad, I don't know what to tell you, but let's talk about it. It's important. I'm going to first off say Harris won the debate. I watched the debate. I listened to both sides. Is Harris a liar? Just because someone is a liar doesn't mean they're not good at talking or doesn't mean they're not good at getting their point across. Did she really get her point across? Not really. But what happened was she got under Trump's skin. That's exactly what happened. And he was pissed. And you can tell. He was not prepared to debate her in that state. And it was also rumored that, she got a little bit of help from the moderators. And that she 100% did because they were absolutely grilling Trump, not her. It was like 3 against 1. So there's a lot of different factors, but the good thing about it is I don't think people are going to care about that. Or I don't think people are really going to remember this too much and it's going to sway too many votes, primarily because people saw the unethical behavior of the moderators. And also too, at the end of the day, she's currently in office. And if we have all these problems, because our current sitting president is not really available, she has the power to change things. So I do believe in this particular debate, she won. Does it mean that I'm going to vote for her? No. Does it mean that I'm pro-Harris? No. But she did win. She was better. She was more articulate. And Trump was doing the classic Trump thing where he started talking about X, Y, and Z. So me personally, I think that he had a bad day. And I don't think that he was prepared to debate somebody that was actually coherent and competent because this is the most coherent and competent I've ever heard her. But that doesn't change my personal opinion that I'm voting for someone who's pro-crypto. Also, too, in the in the debate, one thing that was a little bit worrisome to me, they mentioned AI and quantum computing. They didn't mention crypto. And it was her that mentioned it, not him. So does that mean that Trump is forgetting about crypto and Bitcoin? No, that wasn't the main topic. There's a lot of other things that were brought up, like all the other things that are happening that are kind of serious. However, I dropped a video yesterday to let you guys know. I think it was like 1/3 of Americans hold crypto or have bought crypto at one point. I think 94 million Americans are interested in crypto. those types of things. I don't have those stats in front of me right now. But with that being said, I would be very concerned about her statement regarding AI and quantum computing, because Schumer came out and said, we could just push through a bill and get crypto and AI regulated. So basically what Schumer wants to do is he wants to just get crypto and AI and put it together in a package and just get the regulation to push through, when in reality, AI and crypto are two separate complete entities that need to be treated differently by different entities. And a lot of people, I think, misunderstood what I said yesterday when I said that we just need rules to tell us what we can, what we can and can't do. And it's not that I want rules to tell me what I can and can't do. It's more so like guidance. Because right now we're operating essentially in the wild, wild west, and people are getting in trouble after they do something. And that's no way to live. Like, it's not okay to live on eggshells. That's borderline abusive, okay? That's problematic to me. So I would love, in a perfect world, I would love a brand new entity that regulates crypto in Bitcoin, to have CFTC, SEC, and crypto leaders, builders, attorneys, and maybe some CEOs, people that actually care about crypto, that care about retail, to give kind of guidelines. People like Hester Peirce, people like Mary Singer from CFTC, people like FAM. That's what I would like to see. But that was probably the key takeaway here, is that that's what was mentioned. Of course, she was very vague in things, but that's a little scary, and you should be kind of worried of that. And I'm also seeing people too on crypto Twitter saying, oh, well, if she wins, it's not going to be bad. It's not going to be bad for crypto and Bitcoin. Well, they're saying it's going to be good for Bitcoin because basically crypto would be outlawed, and then Bitcoin, all the money is going to go into Bitcoin in the United States of America. And that's ridiculous. We don't want that. But it's actually bad as a whole. It's bad as a whole because crypto deserves to exist. It deserves to be nurtured and introduced to society, and it should be there to improve quality of life. So that's my gripe about it. That's my gripe, is that if she does become president, there's a whole lot of problems we're going to deal with outside of crypto. China is not really banned crypto. And also too, in India, crypto is been doing super well though, which is funny because India bans it half the time, then they unban it. It's like one of those, like the Indian soap operas. It's like they're so dramatic and it's so funny. And why do I say that is because I've watched some of them and it's like super dramatic. It's like super just like random. But I feel like that's how the Indian government like portrays or like deals with crypto. Like they ban it and they unban it. And it's just silly to me because folks over in India deserve to have, good quality of life. But anyways, let's go ahead and cover some of these articles because they are, am I looking good? Thank you so much. But let's go ahead and cover some of these articles because I gotta wrap it up because my baby, I gotta go see my little stink monster. For some reason, she wants to be called Stinky. I don't know why. Anyways, Harris won U.S. presidential debate versus Trump, Polymarket betting suggest. Both are tied in Polymarket's November election odds. Harris' chances slightly increased during the debate. Crypto policy, tech, or finance was not mentioned. It was mentioned, though. And I talked about AI and quantum computing. They mentioned it. And then Harris reportedly asked for a second debate. The reason why they asked for a second debate is because she won. She wouldn't have asked otherwise. And I hope Trump comes more prepared. And I hope the people that are moderating don't gang up on him. Now, this is from Mr. Tyler Winklevoss from Gemini. And I'm not very happy with Gemini at all. Any way, shape, or form. Elizabeth Warren's latest campaign email couldn't be more dishonest. She claims the crypto industry is upset because she called for fair regulations when she's been waging unlawful war against it and 50 million Americans who own crypto. Vote Deaton to end the madness. And this is apparently an email from Miss Warren. Or not, yeah, Miss Warren. Now that we're in general election in Massachusetts, we discovered that conservative crypto-funded groups are starting to play six-figure ad buys against me, spreading misinformation to voters to prop up my Republican opponent. And she's talking about Mr. Deaton. Some of the funders behind those ads are crypto investors like the Winklevoss brothers. Yes, those are the guys from the social network because they're upset. I've called for fair regulations around the industry protecting working people, and she's not. She's not calling for fair regulations at all. She wants to ban it. She wants a CBDC. She wants to destroy your liberty. Yeah, Tyler and the Gemini and all the other rich people, the ivory towers and crypto, they don't care about you. They care about their bottom line. they would actually prefer, I think, well, I think they do care to an extent, but I never hear them say nice things about retail. It would be nice if more of these leaders in crypto talked about retail, right? I don't know. That's my opinion. Like, happy for them, but at the same time, they don't really treat us well, do they? Wouldn't it be nice to have some of these big leaders advocate for financial equality? Yeah, crypto does that. Bitcoin does that. But we're talking about getting potential regulation coming in, and you're not advocating for the little guys. If you have to be a accredited investor, it would be nice to get retail or to accept crypto. They can't accept crypto unless the fields are level. It's not level now. If you're a accredited investor, you get to do all kinds of stuff that these guys can't do, or that these guys get to do. You're not allowed to. They say, no, you can't do it. And maybe they don't want to fight for us because it's just too much work. Look what Ripple went through. So again, my prediction is to be like Coinbase, Gemini, Kraken, all those crypto exchanges. They're going to turn into crypto banks, and everything's going to be done on chain. That's why they'll have Web3 wallets. But I appreciate the support that Mr. Deaton's getting, because he is an underdog and he did well for himself. But at the same time, too, we still need to remember retail matters. And again, Warren is a liar. She's an absolute liar, and it's ridiculous. Just because somebody like Winklevoss or the Winklevoss twins or whoever else is donating in crypto, who cares? Poor people are donating too. Just because the rich people are stepping up and they're saying, here, we're giving you money, we're supporting you, who cares? They can support who they want to support. And maybe if she didn't lie, people would support her. Now this one. U.S. lawmakers divided in first congressional hearing on DeFi. Pro-crypto representatives noted the need for a freer financial system, while more skeptical lawmakers blamed DeFi for crime, scams, and tax evasion. Well, that's because they're stupid and they don't know how to read a blockchain. Not very hard, especially with AI now. Not very hard to do any way, shape, or form. So the House Financial Services Committee held the first ever hearing on DeFi. It examined tokenized and blockchain use in finance. Subcommittee Chair French Hill, Republican, supported DeFi for its potential to bypass financial intermediaries. Brad Sherman, of course, because he's a paid shill for the bank, which again, no shame in him getting his paper, no shame in him getting his check. But really, Mr. Sherman, sit the hell down. He said it facilitates tax evasion and crime. That's really interesting that you would say that, Mr. Sherman. I'm out of California because I pay an F ton in taxes. I pay my CPAs an F ton in money to file my tax, to help me figure out what I owe. And honestly, you can't really commit a crime. You can commit crime using crypto and blockchain, but you're going to get caught because it's all on chain. So if you don't pay your taxes and you don't report accurately, it's easier for them to get you. So disrespectfully, you're grounded. Go in the corner. That's what I would do, my kid. Peter Van Valkenburg from Coin Center argued that regulators have not provided sufficient guidance for compliance. And he's right. Maxine Waters should retire, but she mentioned the hacking of Laura and Tiffany Trump X accounts to promote scam tokens related to World Liberty Financial, which is, yeah, who cares? That happens all the time. That's not a crypto problem, okay? It's not a crypto problem because there are probably not American citizens that did it, number one. I don't know if they were or not. I would imagine they were overseas. So that's the other country's problem, because you can ban crypto all you want in America, but you're still going to see this crap happen when accounts get hacked. That was an X problem. And that was also a them problem for not having adequate security control. Mark Hayes from Americans for Financial Reform described DeFi as volatile and predatory. It's not. It is volatile. Is it predatory? No. Maybe just make people take a damn test to show that they're capable. He said current securities laws should apply to DeFi. They shouldn't, because current securities laws were created in the 30s and crypto wasn't even around. We didn't have damn microwaves. And shout out to Amanda T from DeFi Education Fund, because she highlighted DeFi's potential for financial inclusion, which I showed you guys a clip yesterday. Well done. 14 of them. Outstanding. So the people that are against crypto, I understand their concerns, but they're not really backed by anything. It's incorrect information. And when you're giving false information, because I just gave you solutions to all of that. DeFi is volatile, but guess what? If you practice risk management and you self-educate yourself and you know what you're doing, you'll lose. There's possibilities you'll lose, but at the same time, if you freaking practice risk management, it's not going to be volatile. It's not going to be there's possibilities you can still lose, but not like what they're saying. And this is another funny story, and then I'll get into more crypto stuff. So this story here. This story is from Miss Hester Peirce, and she says this case is weak coffee, dissent here. So the SEC is going after Keurig coffee. Going after coffee. The SEC charged Keurig for misleading claims about K-Cup pod recyclability. Keurig agreed to pay $1.5 million without admitting guilt. Recyclable concerns. Keurig didn't disclose that two major recyclers refused to accept pods. The SEC said Keurig's claims may have impacted consumer decisions. K-Cup pods and brewers made nearly 25% of Keurig's Q2 revenue. Company's defense. Keurig says the pods are made from recyclable plastic. Peirce sent a letter of dissent where she argued Keurig's claims were reasonable and the SEC was too strict. I agree. Why is the SEC mad about why are we in like the whole like environmental crap with the SEC? Why? That's not their department. And I don't use Keurig cups. You want to know why? Because there's no reason for it. I have a Keurig machine. Guess what? I've got the little disposable or the reusable one. Because even if I could recycle the damn Keurig cup, it's still going to leave a carbon footprint. So I'm going to use the recycle or the one that I just rinse out every morning and wash or whatever the hell. That's what we use in this house. Also, too, that crap's so expensive. We're in a damn recession. But you see the type of crap the SEC does, and this is why it's comical to me. It's absolutely ridiculous and comical. Who the hell does this? You're going after coffee? There's literally predatory things happening in traditional finance, and you're going after a coffee maker for the pods. It is ghetto. Thank you. It's freaking ghetto. I mean, like, how many people is that really going to, like, influence to buy that two major recycle companies won't take it? Who cares? Who cares? But that's what they're spending their time doing. Because, that's super important. GameStop stock sinks after sales fall. 20 million share stock offering. Video game retailer swings to quarterly profit, but sales drop more than 30%. Why did they drop 30%? Well, it was announced that at the market stock offering up to 20 million shares, which is 4.7 of its total shares outstanding. Basically, what the heck is a off-market offering? This is from Investopedia. You can't comment in the YouTube chat. Why? What'd you do? Why can't you comment in the YouTube chat? Can you guys, I can't comment either. Uh-oh, did I get in trouble? I think I got in trouble. Uh-oh, I think we got in trouble. It's just not working, or maybe it's just down. I don't know. Let's see. No, I didn't get any alerts. I don't know. I think it's just not working. If you guys can comment on the YouTube chat, let me know. I think it's just not working. Sometimes they have errors and stuff like that. I don't know. Anyways, we're not going to finish talking about GameStop. We will get into some of the crypto news, altcoin news. All right. Actually, let's talk about the 3 crypto ETFs. Okay. So, State Street Global Advisor debuts 3 digital assets and disruptive technology, ETFs actively managed by Galaxy Asset Management. So let's get into this and see what they're talking about. So they launched 3 crypto-focused ETFs yesterday. State Street has 4.1 trillion assets under management, and the ETFs are Galaxy DECO, Galaxy Digital Asset Ecosystem, Galaxy Hedge Digital Asset Ecosystem, Galaxy Transformative Tech Accelerators ETF. DECO and HECO invest in a mix of stocks and crypto, and they target companies benefiting from blockchain and crypto adoption. It's probably just broken. It happens. Also, too, for the Squid Grow, which you guys, not only we partner with them for YouTube on the show, but at the same time, I do consulting and whatnot for them. So basically, remember, we are going to be migrating from BSC, and we're going to have just one contract now, okay? So basically, trading on both BSC and Ethereum Squid Grow tokens will pause at 5 a.m. CST today to begin the contract migration process. The transition is a crucial step for the Squid Grow ecosystem and expected to be completed by September 12th, by tomorrow. The claim page for the new Squid Grow tokens will also be made available to the community on September 12th, which I have to swap my tokens. Please stay tuned for further updates regarding the exact time. And this is going to be the article over here. So make sure you guys pay attention to that. Pay attention to that if you're holding. And then also, too, Tether recorded more profit than BlackRock in 2023. Tether posted $6.2 billion in profits last year, surpassing BlackRock's $5.5 billion. Interesting stats. Interesting stats. All right, folks. Oh, it's working again. Oh, it's working. There was just a little problem. Woo! Yay. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate so many of you being here and supporting me because I get to be a stay-at-home mom. And today is really, really exciting because I get to take my kid out early from school and we get to finish her little birthday stuff. So thank you guys so much for being here with me. And I appreciate you. And I also appreciate all of the people that can keep an open mind politically, because I know that that can be... it can be a little bit stressful and frustrating, but at the same time, just because I don't care for somebody personally doesn't mean that I'm not going to do my best to be as unbiased as possible and applaud for good. Well, not even applaud, but just say this is good and this is bad. And I think it's always important to keep an open mind. And one thing I want to leave you with, if you can practice keeping an open mind and not automatically judging someone or something you disagree with, except there's a couple instances, y'all know what I'm talking about, the innocence, but you know what I mean. If you can start to do that, you are going to evolve mentally so much, so much. It helps. It really, really, really does. Because at the end of the day, we're all humans. We all have to figure out to live in this insane world together and do as best as we can for ourselves and our family and our communities. Sending everyone love and light. I'm going to try to make a second video for you. I don't know if I'll be able to because we're going to be doing fun stuff. And I will post a picture, let you guys know where we went to after we leave. Sending y'all love and light. Bye-bye. Thank you. I care for you guys too. Goodbye.